It's just one of these many struggling former giants in the sky, but no matter what happens with the airline in the future, we'll always have these models to remember them. But is this model any good? We'll find out after the drop. Hello and welcome to a new episode of Review, where we today will take a closer look at a Boeing 777-200LR of Air India. At the front of the box we have a lovely image of the aircraft in real life, underneath which we find the Air India branding. And then on the back side we have the same image once more, and we are given the original dimensions of the aircraft as well as some additional information. So that's it for the box. Let's take a closer look inside and at the aircraft model itself. And here she is, the Boeing 777-200LR in the current standard livery of Air India, an airline that has been struggling for many years. The Indian government, who is the majority shareholder, has tried to privatize the airline for years now as well, basically since 2017, but still without luck. But no matter what happens to this airline, we'll of course always have these models to remember, the airline and this livery. So we should take a closer look at this model that was made from Herpa Wings in 2009 to see if it's any good. And we start our tour around the aircraft model with a look at the tail section, where we on the vertical stabilizer have the Air India branding. On the fuselage we then find the aircraft type specification and the full registration code of the aircraft, and at the very tail of the aircraft we do also have a little bit of detailing around the APU exhaust. At the front of the aircraft and across the fuselage we then have the Air India branding written in what I believe is Hindi, underneath which we find the IATA logo. The Air India branding is then written on English on the other side of the fuselage. Then we also have the Indian flag, underneath which we have the name of the aircraft again on one side written in Hindi and on the other side in English. The cockpit section itself then consists of the cockpit windows when it comes to printed details, and that's about it. And I don't think it is unreasonable to have hoped for more details here. And then we can move on to the engines, or more specifically the engine nacelles. Here we have the lovely Air India color scheme and the silver leading edge, but that's all we get for printed details. Also here we could have expected a bit more. The physical detailing itself is nice, but of course we have the known issue with all 777s of Herpa Wings that they are just not entirely shaped correctly. They are a bit too squeezed. But they do still look nice, especially also here when we look into the engines from the front, where we very nicely can see the engine fan blades. Then we can move on to the wings, which we should definitely also take a closer look at, starting off here with the top side, where we have the different flaps, slats and spoilers carved out very nicely. And we do have the full registration code here on the top side, and also here on the underside of the wings, which I actually think look rather nice. What also does look rather nice on this aircraft model is actually the landing gear. It is the standard landing gear that Herpa uses for all their 777s, but that's not a bad thing because the physical detailing of that is very, very good. The only thing I would have liked to see here is also some printed details at the front landing gear, but of course we only get that with Herpa Wings Club models. And then last but not least, we do also have the doors to the cargo compartments printed on here in the back side of the aircraft. And here at the front of the aircraft. So there we have it, the Boeing 777-200LR in the current standard livery of Air India from Herpa Wings in scale 1 to 500. And what can we say about this aircraft model? If I said this was a Herpa example of them putting all their full attention and efforts into a model, well, I would be lying, because it really isn't. But it has also to be said that all the details when it comes to printed and also physical detailing that this model offers is and was pretty much the standard for the time when this model was released. So we shouldn't judge it too harshly today in 2021 when the model was made in 2009. Nonetheless, I do believe the model is heavily carried by the livery itself, and that would probably be the reason why anyone would buy the model today. So ultimately, if you like the livery or the aircraft type, or a crazy collector who just seems to buy everything, then yes, this aircraft could be something for your collection. Now with that, we have reached the end of today's episode. If you have enjoyed this video, then don't forget to leave a like, that would be very much appreciated. And of course, if you are new around here, why not hit subscribe? That would be absolutely awesome. With that, I'd like to say thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you soon again. I'm checking out, and bye.